Welcome to the Crypto Show here at the WCC 2019 in Las Vegas. This is Blockchain Week. We've had all these great conferences, Coin Agenda. I don't know. Did you make it? Yeah. Did you make it to the poker event yesterday? Or
two of my teammates did. They're much better players than me, so
okay.
I left it to them to lose their money.
I guess let's get a little bit closer on the mic there, if you can.
Sure.
Yeah, if you want to wear the headphones so that you can hear yourself there, that'd be cool.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, okay. I think you're good. Yeah. And yeah, that should be good. All righty. Anyway, welcome. This is Blockchain Week. We're having a great time. And so Alex Mashunsky is with Celcius. And this is another one of the lending platforms. Are you still doing, are you doing stuff other than lending now? Or are you offering other services?
Yeah, we invented the interest income business, right? Lending is kind of another thing we do, but the main business that we do, which no one really did before us, was we said to everybody, hey, how come you're not earning interest on your coins? And people said, how can you earn interest on Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever? And we're like, it's real easy. Your exchanges and all the people you give your coins to, they earn money on your money. So how about you give it to us, we'll earn it for you, and we'll give you back 80% of what we make. And they're like, nah, no one gives back 80%. I'm like, no, let me tell you a secret. The rich people like me, the rich guys, they give their money as LPs, limited partners, to GPs, to general partners who run hedge funds. We get to keep 80% and they get to keep 20%. That's how we make the big bucks. Now, why don't we take all of that and give it to the average Joe who has Bitcoin or Ethereum and now Celsius have 25 coins. We pay interest on 25 coins. We pay more in Bitcoin and Ethereum than all of our competitors put together. So now we have a lot of copycats, right? Coinbase copied us, Binance copied us, BlockFi, Nexo sold, Crypto.com, right? There's like 20 companies now. Finally, so we got the whole industry now to pay their people.
That works? Maybe we should try that. Okay.
So today we announced, you get a scoop. You see, today we announced that we did $4.25 billion in loans in a year and a half.
You're supposed to put your pinky in your mouth when you say that.
Yeah. Like 4.25 billion. So I'm saying that not because I'm bragging. I'm saying that we paid so much back to the community, right? That's more than all the DeFi guys plus all the other lenders put together, right? So, and it just tells you that, like, really, I'm saying that because if all we're doing is replacing JP Morgan with Coinbase or replacing Wells Fargo with Binance, we haven't built anything.
Right.
You know, so
I was skeptical. I mean, I was skeptical of this whole crypto lending, blah, blah, blah. And then one of my friends runs an ATM network. And last year when it was down low, he took out a big loan against his crypto. And now he's up like 800% or something.
Yep,
like,
he didn't sell.
He did pretty good.
He hodled, yes.
Yeah, so he's very
we're
happy
a community of hodlers, right? We have 52,000 users. And our users, you're not going to find them on Binance. You're not going to find them on Coinbase because they are not there. They don't trade, right? They don't need to. They're not speculators. They just accumulate, right? All we're seeing is more deposits from the same people who are saying, I bought a few more coins. Here they are. Earn some more interest for me. You know, every Monday, like a clock, we pay interest.
Wow. Yeah, it just goes like just directly right back to your wallet, huh?
Monday morning became the best day of the week for all these folks, you know, because they're like, usually you wake up Monday morning, oh my God, I got to go to work. And now you open your phone and it's like the first thing you see is like, hey, interest payment from Celsius.
That's
not bad, right?
And what about security? What's
so we use BitGo as a custodian, we use Prime Trust, so we have several custodians. So when you deposit Bitcoins, actually doesn't go to us. It goes straight into a custodian. BitGo has a $100 million insurance. So while it's sitting there, it's insured. When we lend it out, it's not. So if you're a hedge fund, we lend you the coins. You give us collateral. We hold the collateral until you return the coins. And you pass interest. We give 80% of that back to the depositor.
So if somebody goes to a different network or what are some of the red flags and things that people should look for so they don't end up with trying to do this with the wrong person?
Right. So the first most important thing is, are the people who are paying you interest are really earning the interest? I mean, Bernie Madoff, right? 30 years, ran a scam for 30 years. He never bought any stock with the money people gave him. He just pretended like he was buying stock. So we record a lot of transactions on the blockchain. We published our wallets. We showed people, here is where you look at to see if we're lending anything out. Here is where we get all of our interest payments. Here is how much we're lending. So anyone can audit us at any time. There's actually a website, Celcians.com, independent site, and we're not running it, right? It's run by the community where they run audits. They just ran an audit on us yesterday, and they said, you're cheating. You have 35 more Bitcoin than you told us. Because when we did our count.
Get this guy out of here.
No, when we did our count, we used, our guys in Europe did it, and they forgot that they're not, they're GMT, they're not Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. So in that time, 35 Bitcoin showed up, and we gave their own count, and these guys caught it. So obviously it was the right count, but busted. But my point is, look, if you're giving your coins and the company you're giving it to cannot show you what they're doing with it, cannot explain to you what happens to them, then don't give them the coins. And the same goes to a bank. Try to go to your bank and say, here's my deposit. I want to know who you're lending it to. I know you're using fractional reserves. I want to know how much leverage you have. I want to know how much collateral you have from all these people. You're not going to get any answers, right? So if we really want to reinvent finance, we can't just do it by doing small incremental thing and saying, oh, you know, JP Morgan charges you $30 to for a wire transfer. I'm only going to do it for 15. That's not solving anything.
So Celcius is just crypto to fiat lending, right?
We do three things. So one is most of our business, right? Interest income. You don't do anything else. You have crypto or you have dollars. You can deposit with us, earn interest, and withdraw it at any time. You don't need to even understand what's happening on the other side, right?
Okay.
So you have dollars. You can buy stable coin, give it to us. We pay 7.25% on that, 7 times more than your bank, right? You either trust us or you don't trust us. Now, these dollars create return inside the crypto community. When we earn that, we go and buy more Bitcoin. So we're never a seller. We're never liquidating Bitcoins, right? Like when Coinbase makes money, they liquidate the Bitcoin. They liquidate the Ethereum. They convert it into dollars and give it to their shareholders, right? We always return Bitcoin, Ethereum to our depositors. So we always a buyer of these coins. So that's the first service. The second service we do is margin borrow, right? Just like on Wall Street, you have Apple stock, you don't want to sell it, you don't want to pay taxes, so you go to Fidelity and you say, give me 50 cents on a dollar, I'll pay you 6% to borrow it. We do exactly the same thing. We do that better than anyone else. Before us, Salt and BlockFi and people like that charge you 18 to 20% to borrow money against your Bitcoin. We charge $4.95 per year, 4.95% per year, right? So less than Fidelity. So why? Because it's an asset-backed loan. Why should we charge? Just because we can.
Yeah.
We're ripping off our own users, our own community.
Are you able to scale down the overhead so that that's possible?
And now we're doing billions in loans, so we can charge less. We actually lowered the rate several times. And we forced all the other guys.
There's more automation in your.
It's fully automated. There's no. It's an instant loan. There's no paperwork. There's no whatever. We do KYC and AML.
So you don't need old June over there doing filing papers.
You gave me Bitcoin. I'm giving you 50 cents on the dollar. What paperwork do I need?
Right. Do you see this as I mean, obviously, crypto people are getting loans into fiat. Do you see fiat people going the other way?
Yeah. So we have hedge fund borrowers, about 180 of them, that basically say, look, Celcius, we don't want to take the directional risk of these currencies because we're dollar denominated. Can you lend us coins so we can do arbitrage or market making or whatever they're doing? And we want to borrow coins for that, right? And we're lending to the largest guys out there, right? And that's how we're earning the yield. That's how we're earning return on Bitcoin or Ethereum, on Litecoin, and so on. The third service, so 3 services, the third service is called CellPay. So it's like Venmo. You know how you can send Venmo to anybody without having their bank account? You just, SMS them the money. You can do that now with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on. Because why do I have to call you and ask you for your address? That's like sounds like 1980.
So if I'm doing a collateralized loan with you, and it's some of the assets where I can say a masternode, say I put 1,000 dash in with you, and can I still get my masternode benefits while you're holding my coins?
Better than that. Let's say you only have 100, and you're not going to earn anything if you put it anywhere else. Here you're going to get full distribution because we aggregate you with other people. Your coins are sitting in BitGo and are insured while you're earning 6 or 7%.
Mm-hmm. So, but I can still use the functions of the masternode and reap the benefits each month.
Yes, all of it is yours. So these are the things that, again, before we did that, Binance, all these other guys, they ripped you off because they didn't pay you anything. If you had less than a full node, then you ran the node yourself and so on. So I think the opportunity, and we just did that with EOS. We announced 4.5% on EOS. We're doing Algorand soon. We're doing a bunch of these guys, right?
How many crypto
25.
assets? 25 different crypto assets. Is it just the top 25 or?
We only list things that earn yield, right? So it's not, you could be number one, but if we cannot earn yield on you, we're not going to list it. So EOS specifically, we waited a while. We just added them a week ago because we wanted to create like a voting mechanism in which you can aggregate all the votes and let the node producers actually bid for them, so we could extract the most value for the coin holder, right? So, and it's a system that actually Block One and other people endorsed. They said, hey, this is an amazing system. It creates more democratization. It creates more value for the community. It allows the small guy to have as much access as the big guy, right?
Awesome. I guess let's shift gears just a little bit. And
let me guess, you want to talk about Libra?
Yeah, let's talk about Libra. What's your opinion on Libra?
The guys who brought you fake friends are now bringing you a fake blockchain? No. Let's talk about both sides of the coin, right?
Not all of them are fake.
No, I'm kidding. So let's talk about the positive and the negative. So the positive is that a company with 2.7 billion users says, I'm getting into crypto in a big way. Here's my white paper. Here's the path to the future. I'm creating a consortium of 20-something users, right? Kind of like similar to EOS, right? Or Algorand and so on. So they took best practices from everybody else, and they're delivering a product that obviously they have a much better chance at delivering than anyone else. So I think the community has like all of us who have been for 11 years fighting to get this.
They can pull it off in no time.
Right, and we're still in the fringes, right? I mean, we're still in the fringes, and here comes one of the largest companies in the world and says, you guys are right.
Well, the largest user base, for sure.
Largest user base. And not just that we're going to deliver it, we're in a hurry because we know the Chinese are coming around the corner, right? So, and we don't want them to own 7 billion people on this planet, right, on the platform. So that's the good news. The bad news is that it's the same company that time and again told you they're doing one thing and then did something else, right? They told you they're not going to aggregate the WhatsApp data together with their data, and within a year they did. They told you they're not going to use personal information, and they did. So I understand their need to make a profit, and I understand their need to do all this other stuff. Do I agree that that we should give them our financial data on top of because that's all they want. They're not going to charge you fees, but they're going to make all the money on their financial data. Right. So, and I was Bloomberg TV last week during the interview while Zook was on whatever. I was sitting there as a commentary, providing commentary on this stuff, and I said it publicly. I don't trust Facebook. I do not believe that I believe they should be part of the consortium, but I believe that we cannot trust them, because I'll tell you what the crazy plan is. If I was Zook, right, and I was like the evil genius. Right. We used it twice already. Listen, it's getting good. So what would I do? I would do exactly what the United States did with the dollar. I would say that it's pegged to gold. In this case, it's a basket of currencies. I would get 2.7 or 3 or 4 billion by the time it's probably going to be 4 billion users to use my stuff. And then I would just drop the peg. Shit, no. I would just drop the peg. Oh, you caught me on the so I would drop the peg. What does it mean, drop the peg? It means now I have my own currency. I can print as much as I want out of it, and I no longer need to have that basket, not the US dollar, not the euro, not anything else.
You mean kind of like the Fed?
Kind of like the Fed did in 1971, right? Nixon got us over there. 1913, again and again. Most people don't know. I mean, you're pro at this, but most people don't know that the US dollar went bankrupt 3 times. So yet may happen yet again. We're getting closer and closer to the abyss. So you know, we have, let me say it differently. You know, we really have three competing visions, right? You have the central banks, right? Federal Reserve, the ECB, the Japanese saying, or the Chinese, right, saying, no, we're going to create our own currency. We're just going to take the fiat stuff we have, and we maybe use effectively centralized blockchain-based technology to run all the stuff, not in a decentralized way, but in a centralized way. Because you could still use blockchain. People think blockchain automatically decentralized.
No.
No. The second group is corporate guys who say, hey, separation of church and state, separation of money and state. We're going to run it for you. We carry the American flag. You can trust us.
Oh, yeah.
We always do the right thing.
I always trust all the flaggots.
Exactly. So they are the second group. And the third group is all of us decentralized mavens who are trying to figure out, all the OGs who sit here for the 11 years and try to figure out, okay, how do we get mass adoption, right? So if we don't get mass adoption, all of us, right, they're just going to take it away from us. And look, it's all the same faces. We all know each other. So what does that tell you?
Right. Without going too black helicopter, I thought it was very strange that he was in the hot seat. I mean, what, just weeks before the announcement of Libra for the data? What do you think?
There's nothing better than changing the subject, right? He's like, he's looking at Trump and he's saying, how does he get away with it? Oh, let me do the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'll look over the same stud. Yeah, exactly. Don't look at this hand. It's over there. So yeah, they do a very good job at PR, and the funny thing is that he came out of those hearings with people feeling bad for him, that he got grilled and he got this and he got that.
Well, and that's that's where I'm going with that, is because just the weeks before, everybody hated him. He was evil. And now the government's attacking him.
But it's brilliant, right? It's a brilliant move. Like, he didn't do anything. They just wrote a white paper.
Right. So, yeah, maybe, I wonder if that's why they had Farmville on Facebook, because they were farming your information. Is that
very good? I love that. Yes.
So you back to, I guess, the people so many people using it, 2.7 billion, you said?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that's how many users they had.
That's what they have.
Think about the implications of remittance in a positive manner. Even though they're losing their data, that I think that's great that they're able to get it to.
Let's call a spade a spade. Remittance is a tiny, tiny business. Okay, the fees on remittance are tiny, tiny business. So you know, he was talking about damn bank. He was talking about remittance. That is not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that billions of people, are not paid any money on their money, have negative rates, $17 trillion in negative rates around the world. That is the crime. The crime is that all over the world, hardworking people cannot earn anything on their money. They work every day. They work hard like you, like me, and then their money doesn't work for them. They only work for their money. So, and that's a robbery, right? I mean, the Fed lowered the rates in 2008 to enable the banks to recover. And then they were supposed to return the rates so people like you and me can earn real interest. Why aren't they doing it? The banks are earning more than ever before. JP Morgan just made $30 billion in profit, not in revenues, right? So while Zuckerberg,
how much did they pay in fines for doing illegal actions?
Nothing. A few billion. That's a freebie, you know. But my point is that when Zook is talking about, again, this is, you know, look at this hand, don't look at the other one. The prize is not the global transmission or the unbank. The prize is to get several billion people to give you all their financial data, not just the money transmission data, all their financial data, and still not pay them anything for their money, right? He's not, you or me are not going to benefit from Libra. There's no way, there's no distribution. Like, you know how Celsius pays you interest every week? None of that exists there.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of platforms that are coming out that's supposed to be their model is, okay, you can share your data with us, but we're going to reward you with whatever.
Reward you with what? I don't know anyone who's actually paying you stuff.
Well, there's some social networks that are coming out that are kind of giving you crypto kickbacks and stuff for sharing your data, if you want to share the data.
It's Satoshis. I mean, you know, like, did you do the math on it?
No.
Do the math.
But a Satoshi could be worth a lot of money someday.
How about 7.25% per year? Okay, so you can sit on that computer all day and click on all the buttons all year, the full time, and you are going to earn 7% on your money, right? So, look, let's be frank. I mean, like unless
you be frank, I'll be damned. No.
So, I know it's hard for people to believe, but we're actually acting in the best interest of our community, of our depositors, right? They come first. And people say, like, I don't believe you. Well, I have a 30-year career. It takes 30 years to build one and one day to lose it. I did 7 startups before Celcius. Look at each one of them and you will see me acting in the best interest of the community. Transit Wireless, putting wireless in the subways. There was no wireless. People couldn't use their phones when they went underground. 8 million people use it every day. Do you know how much they pay for it? Nothing. I got the phone companies to pay for it, right? So again and again and again, right? ARPANET, Voice over IP. 4 billion people use it for free. They used to pay $3 a minute to call their relatives, right? So more than Facebook. So, again, 7 companies, billions of dollars, 2 unicorns, okay, 30-year track record. So what I'm saying is if you don't trust me, great, go give your money back to the banks. If you think they're treating you better, good luck.
No, fork the banks.
Yes.
Fork them.
So I don't think the answer is Zook or the banks. I think the answer is the community getting together. Again, mass adoption. We were here at the conference. I think you were at the Litecoin event as well. And they're all waiting for the Messiah in the form of an institution to come in and I love your shirt over there. That's great. Look at that.
Zuckerbucks.
No, it's a Celcius shirt.
Oh, okay.
Unthank yourself. So the only guys who are going to get us to the promised land are 100 million users who buy more Bitcoin, who buy more Ethereum, who buy more Litecoin. And unless we give them something they need, right? Giving them Satoshis on using their computers or sharing their data, that's not enough. Showing them a path to financial freedom, having their money, earn money for them so they can save again. There's a whole generation that doesn't believe in saving, right? What are you going to do with that?
I wish you had a solution. One of my friends, like I was saying earlier, runs ATMs, and they keep shutting his banks down. And so he has to fly around and buy in person Bitcoin so he could replenish
his machines.
Replenish his machines. You got any solutions for those?
Yeah, we work with a lot of these guys. We actually, because they basically give us we fund the machine. We basically lend them the coins so they could sell them, and the minute they sell them, they give us the money. So we're working with several of these guys.
Where would he go to deposit it?
We work directly with banks. I mean, it's we work with Signature Bank. We work with Wells Fargo. Work with a bunch of different people.
Okay, yeah. I will. Leave me your card.
Make an introduction. Sure, love to work with him.
Yeah, for sure. He's looking for solutions, man. It's driving him nuts.
And again, this is part of it, right? Is all of us here, instead of competing with each other, finding a way to work together to bring these 100 million people.
Project bashers and stuff.
Because all we're doing is stealing customers from each other. How about going outside and bringing a fresh face?
Yeah.
Let's go down the the boardwalk here or whatever. Not boardwalk. What's that called? The
Strip.
The strip. Sorry.
Yeah. Without the clubs.
Without the clubs. Let's go there and find a few fresh customers and convert them. That's what we got to do.
So check out the Celcius Network. What's the website?
Celcius Network. Celcius.network is a website. www.celcius.network. Celcius Network on Telegram or on Twitter. And you can email me, alex@mashunsky.com. It's very easy.
Alex is definitely one of the more outspoken people around here. And I watched a couple of your talks, too. They were pretty interesting.
I tell it the way it is. I tell the truth. If there's anything anyone thinks I'm not telling the way it should be and I'm calling people out,
meet you outside and we'll do
just come and tell me. No, prove me wrong.
Boxing. I'm
open to the conversation. Prove me wrong. Show me what I'm saying that is not 100% true.
Cool. All right, man. Well, it's good to see you
again.
For having me. You got to go to Wyoming next year.
Well, Wyoming is looking better and better. And
Wyo Hackathon happens in October, man.
They passed these laws now that you can actually open almost like a bank, it's between a trust company and a full bank charter. and it has a federal charter, so you can do stuff all across the U.S.
I was just at the hackathon a month ago. Each October, it's
we're looking at
really good event.
We're looking at that very carefully to see if we can maybe graduate to be a financial institution instead of just a crypto company. You know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I hope you put Coinbase out a bit. All right. Thanks a lot, Alex.
All right. It's still a hot